The Power by Rhonda Byrne. Picture this. You wake up one morning and everything, absolutely everything, is falling apart. Your relationships are crumbling, your health is tanking, your career feels like it's hit a brick wall, and your bank account? Let's just say it's not looking pretty. You glance around, desperately searching for even a sliver of hope, but all you see is darkness pressing in from every side. This isn't some dramatic movie plot. This was Rhonda Byrne's actual life on September 9, 2004. She'd been fighting, struggling, pushing through just like so many of us do. But on this particular day, she hit rock bottom. Hard. Then something extraordinary happened. Her daughter, watching her mother sink into despair, handed her a book. Nothing fancy. Just a simple, 100-year-old book that had been sitting around. Rhonda started reading. For 90 minutes straight, the entire world melted away. And in those 90 minutes, everything shifted. She suddenly saw with crystal clarity how every single thing in her life, the good, the bad, the ugly, had unfolded. More than that, she knew exactly how to turn it all around. She'd stumbled onto something big, a secret that had been hiding in plain sight for centuries, known only to a handful of people. This discovery sparked her to create The Secret, the film and book that exploded across the globe, reaching tens of millions of people. We're talking 35 million copies sold, translations in over 50 languages, and a spot as one of the best-selling books of the entire 21st century. But here's where it gets even better. As millions of people started transforming their lives, they wrote to her. Thousands upon thousands of stories poured in, and through them, Rhonda uncovered something even deeper. She realized there was one single force behind the law of attraction, the ultimate source of everything good that happens in life. That's what the power is all about. It's your handbook to the greatest force in the universe. Here's my promise to you. By the time we're done here, you'll understand what this power actually is. You'll discover how it runs the show in every corner of your life. Your wallet, your body, your relationships, everything. And the best part? This incredible power isn't floating around somewhere in outer space. It's right inside you, right this second, just waiting for you to tap into it. Stick with me, because what you're about to learn could flip your entire life upside down in the best possible way. So what is this mind-blowing power that shapes literally everything in our lives? What's the one thing that can flip struggle into success, sickness into vitality, and despair into pure joy? The answer is so simple, so obvious, that it's been staring us in the face throughout all of human history. The power is love. Now, before you roll your eyes, I know, you've heard about love a million times. Love your family, love your friends, love your neighbor. But the love Rhonda Byrne talks about goes way deeper than just warm, fuzzy feelings for other people. This love isn't some soft, fluffy emotion. It's the actual positive force of life itself. It's a real energy, as tangible as the air you breathe or the water you drink. It's literally the cause of everything good in the universe. Think about it for a second. Without this power, you wouldn't exist. Nobody would exist. Every invention, every breakthrough, every painting, every song, every building you've ever seen, it all came from the love burning in someone's heart. The Wright brothers loved the idea of flight so much they gave us airplanes. Scientists' love for discovery gave us electricity, medicine, and all the tech we can't live without now. An architect's love for design creates the homes and cities around us. Everything, and I mean everything, that humans have ever created stems from this one positive force. This force is what actually moves you. It's why you get out of bed in the morning. It's the desire behind everything you want to be, do, or have. Without love, you'd be like a statue. No motivation to move, create, learn, or play. It's the spark that ignites all action. So if this all-powerful force is love, and it creates everything good, here's the million-dollar question: why isn't your life absolutely amazing right now? Why isn't every single area firing on all cylinders? Here's why. Because you have a choice. Every single moment of every single day, you're choosing. You're either choosing to love and tap into this positive force, or you're not. When something awesome happens in your life, it's because you've been giving love, maybe without even realizing it. And when something not so great happens, it's because you've been holding love back. Love causes all the good stuff. Lack of love causes all the negative stuff. And this brings us to the master key of how life actually works: the law of attraction. You've probably heard of it, especially from The Secret. But here, Rhonda makes it even simpler. The law of attraction is the law of love. They're the same thing. This law runs everything in the universe, from galaxies spinning in space to the atoms in your body. It's what keeps planets in orbit and holds your cells together. For your life, it boils down to this: whatever you put out, you get back. That's it. That's the whole equation. It's the physics of the universe. Send out positivity, receive positivity. Send out negativity, receive negativity. And how do we send out positivity or negativity? Through our thoughts and feelings. Every moment, you're broadcasting thoughts and feelings. They're like radio signals beaming out to the universe. And the universe, following the law of attraction, has to send back people, situations, and events that match your signal. Life isn't just randomly happening to you. You're receiving everything based on what you've been sending out. You're basically a human magnet. You're magnetizing and pulling in the circumstances around your wealth, your health, your relationships, and every experience you have, all based on the thoughts and feelings you're putting out there. Send out positive vibes about money, you attract circumstances that bring more money. Send out negative vibes, you attract circumstances that drain your bank account. The law works with absolute precision, like an echo in a canyon. The canyon doesn't judge what you shout. It just bounces back exactly what you sent. The law of attraction is exactly the same. It doesn't care whether your thoughts are good or bad. It just returns them. But here's the game changer. This means you can transform your life by changing your thoughts and feelings. So how do you know if your thoughts are positive or negative? Super simple. Your thoughts are positive when they're about what you want and what you love. Your thoughts are negative when they're about what you don't want and don't love. Everyone only wants what they love. You don't want things you hate, right? So when you think or talk about stuff you want, like an amazing vacation or your dream job, your thoughts are positive. Those positive thoughts will boomerang back as the things you love. But when you think or talk about what you don't love, complaining about traffic, stressing about bills, criticizing someone, your thoughts are negative. And those negative thoughts come right back as more stuff you don't love. Here's the trap most people fall into. They think and talk way more about what they don't love than what they do love. They're pumping out more negativity than love, and they're basically blocking all the good stuff from reaching them. People living incredible lives think and talk about what they love. People who are struggling think and talk about what they don't love. It really is that straightforward. When you complain about a difficult relationship or an illness, you're not focusing on what you love. When you obsess over bad news or someone who annoyed you, you're not focusing on what you love. The author uses this brilliant metaphor. When you squawk about negative stuff, you're literally building a cage around yourself, like a parrot in captivity. Every complaint adds another bar to that cage, locking yourself away from all the good things waiting for you. But when you talk about what you love, you break those bars wide open. Talk about the good news of the day. Talk about the appointment that went amazingly well. Talk about how fantastic it feels to be healthy. Talk about the success you want your business to achieve. You have to talk about what you love to bring what you love into your life. Now, this goes even deeper than just thoughts and words, because your thoughts and words alone don't pack much punch. The real power, the rocket fuel behind creation, comes from your feelings. Imagine your thoughts are like a rocket ship sitting on the launch pad. It's just sitting there, completely stationary. It can't go anywhere or do anything on its own. What gives it power? What sends it soaring into the sky? The fuel. Your feelings are the fuel for your thoughts. You can have thousands of thoughts racing through your head every day that amount to absolutely nothing, because they don't spark any strong feeling inside you. It's what you feel that actually matters. If you think, "I can't stand my boss," that thought is powered by intense negative feeling. You're sending out that negative fuel, and guess what? Your relationship with your boss will only get worse. The law of attraction is responding to the feeling, the fuel you're feeding it. On the flip side, if you think, "I really enjoy working with my team," that thought is powered by positive feeling. You're giving out positive fuel, and your work relationships will keep getting better and better. Your feelings are either positive or negative, good or bad. And here's the core truth. All good feelings come from love. All negative feelings come from a lack of love. The better you feel, when you're experiencing joy, gratitude, excitement, passion, the more love you're putting out. And the more love you give, the more you receive. The worse you feel, when you're in despair, anger, worry, frustration, the more negativity you're broadcasting. And the more negativity you send out, the more comes back to you. This is why good feelings feel so amazing, and bad feelings feel absolutely awful. Bad feelings are your warning system, like a flashing light on your dashboard. They're telling you that you've disconnected from the positive force of life, from love. How you feel right now is an exact, precise measurement of what you're putting out into the world. When you feel good, you don't need to worry about anything, because your thoughts, words, and actions will automatically be good. Simply by feeling good, you're guaranteed to be giving love, and all that love must come back to you. This brings us to something important about what feeling good actually means. A lot of people think that as long as they don't feel terrible, they're doing okay. They might describe their mood as all right or fine. But feeling okay isn't a positive feeling. It's neutral, or even slightly negative. Feeling good means actually feeling good. Happy, joyful, enthusiastic, passionate. If you feel just okay most of the time, your life will be just okay. Average. Nothing special. That's definitely not the incredible life you're meant to live. To have a truly amazing life, you need to feel truly amazing. Every feeling you experience exists on a frequency. Just like a radio station, you're constantly broadcasting a frequency determined by your feelings. Good feelings mean you're on a positive frequency. Bad feelings mean you're on a negative frequency. And like a magnet, you attract people, events, and circumstances that match your frequency. If you're feeling enthusiastic, your enthusiasm frequency will attract enthusiastic people and situations into your orbit. If you're feeling fearful, your fear frequency will attract fearful people and situations. You can shift your frequency at any moment simply by changing how you feel. And when you do, everything around you transforms because you're broadcasting a completely new signal. Look at any area of your life, relationships, finances, health. Every possible outcome already exists. A relationship can exist on a happy, joyful, exciting frequency. It can also exist on a boring, frustrating, resentful frequency. Which outcome shows up depends entirely on what frequency you're tuned to, how you feel about that relationship most of the time. If you feel joyful about your relationship, you're giving love, and you must receive love and joy back through that relationship. It's physics. This is where so many people get stuck. They've put their feelings on autopilot. Good thing happens, they feel good. Bad thing happens, they feel bad. They don't realize their feelings are actually causing what happens to them. They react to a negative situation with negative feelings, which sends out more negativity, which brings back more negative circumstances. They're trapped in a cycle, running on a hamster wheel, because they don't understand that to change their life, they first need to change their feeling frequency. If you don't have enough money, you naturally don't feel good about money. But as long as you don't feel good about it, your financial situation will stay exactly the same, or get worse. When you broadcast negative feelings about money, you receive back negative circumstances, like surprise bills, or things breaking down, draining even more money away. When you react to those huge bills with more negative feelings, you just keep the cycle spinning. But here's the most liberating truth. Every single second gives you a fresh opportunity to change your life. It doesn't matter what you felt before. It doesn't matter what mistakes you think you've made. The moment you change how you feel, you jump onto a new frequency, and the law of attraction responds instantly. The past is done. Your life changes. To truly harness this power, we need to reach what the author calls a tipping point. If you give more than 50% positive thoughts and feelings, you've tipped the scales of your life. Even if it's just 51%, you've kicked off a powerful chain reaction. Here's why. When you give love, it doesn't just come back as positive circumstances as it returns. It adds even more love and positivity to your life. This new positivity then magnetically attracts even more positive things, adding even more love. It's an upward spiral. You've probably experienced this. You might call it a lucky streak, or being on a roll. One good thing happens, then another, then another. This isn't luck. It's the law of attraction doing its thing. You were putting out more love than negativity, and as that love returned, it multiplied itself. The opposite happens too. You've probably had a run of bad luck, where one thing after another goes wrong. Again, this has nothing to do with luck. It was simply a reflection of putting out more negativity than love. As that negativity returned, it attracted more negativity, creating a downward spiral. To change your life, all you need to do is tip the scales by giving 51% love through good thoughts and good feelings. Every morning when you wake up, you're standing at the tipping point of your day. How you feel in the morning sets everything in motion. Wake up feeling happy and maintain it, and your day will be fantastic. Wake up in a bad mood and do nothing to shift it, and your day will be filled with problems. So now that we understand the power of our feelings and the law of attraction, how do we actually use this to create the life we want? Rhonda lays out a simple 3-step method she calls the creation process. Whether you want to attract something new or transform something you don't like, the process is always the same. The 3 steps are: imagine it, feel it, receive it. Let's break it down. Step 1. Imagine. Use your mind to focus on what you want. Picture yourself with it, doing things with it, having it right now. Your imagination is the bridge connecting you to what you desire. Step 2. Feel. This is where the magic happens. As you're imagining, you must feel love for what you're picturing. You need to feel what it would actually feel like to have your desire. It's not enough to just see it in your mind. You have to feel it in your heart. Your desire combined with feelings of love creates the magnetism, the magnetic pull that draws your desire toward you. This is you putting fuel in the rocket ship. Step 3. Receive. Once you've imagined and felt, your part is done. The force of love will now work through all the visible and invisible forces of nature to bring what you want to you. It'll orchestrate circumstances, events, and people to deliver what you love right to your doorstep. Let's be clear about desire. When we say desire, we mean you have to want it with your whole heart. Desire is an intense feeling of love. A lukewarm wish won't cut it. You need to desire what you want, like an athlete desires to win, or a musician desires to perform. You have to give love to receive what you love. When you use this process, there's one crucial element. You must imagine and feel that you already have what you want. You must feel it now. The law of attraction is like a cosmic photocopier. It copies exactly what you give it. If you imagine having something in the future, it'll always stay in the future. You have to feel the joy and gratitude of having it in this present moment. If you want to lose weight, don't focus on being overweight. Give love by imagining and feeling yourself with the healthy, fit body you desire right now. If you want to travel, give love by imagining and feeling yourself on that trip instead of obsessing over not having the money. If you want a better relationship, give love by imagining and feeling what that wonderful relationship would be like. The author shares this amazing story about a young woman who wanted to test this power. She decided to attract something specific and unusual, a white calla lily. She imagined holding the flower, smelling it, feeling the joy of having it. 2 weeks later, she went to a friend's house for dinner. Right in the center of the table sat a bouquet of white calla lilies. She was stunned, but didn't say anything. As she was leaving that evening, her friend's daughter spontaneously pulled one white calla lily from the vase and placed it right in her hand. That's how precise this process is. If you can imagine it and feel it, you can receive it. One important rule: whatever you imagine must not harm another person. Imagining something harmful comes from a lack of love, from negativity. And any negativity you send out, even in your imagination, will boomerang back to you with equal force. Whatever you give, you receive. Now here's something fantastic about your imagination. The highest and best thing you think is possible for yourself is nothing compared to what the force of love can actually deliver. Love has no limits. If you want to be bursting with vitality and happiness, the force of love can give you levels of health and joy way beyond anything you've ever witnessed. So break the boundaries of your imagination. Stop putting limits on your life. Imagine the absolute best and highest you possibly can for whatever you want. People with fabulous lives imagine what they love and want, and they feel the love of what they're imagining more intensely than other people. People who are struggling are unintentionally using their imagination for what they don't love and don't want, feeling the negativity of what they're imagining. This brings us to a mind-bending concept. Whatever you can imagine already exists. Ancient scriptures and modern quantum physics both point to this. Creation is complete. Every single possibility of anything and everything already exists in the invisible realm. When you imagine breaking a world record or being a parent or being perfectly healthy, that possibility of you doing that thing already exists. If it didn't exist, you wouldn't be able to imagine it. Your job is simply to bring that desired possibility from the invisible into your visible life. And you do that by giving love for what you want through your imagination and your feelings. To make this process even more powerful, the author suggests using props. Surround yourself with objects that help you generate the feeling of already having what you want. If you want new clothes, make space in your closet with empty hangers. If you want the perfect partner, sleep on one side of the bed, leaving space for them. Set the table for two instead of one. These simple actions send a powerful signal to the universe and, more importantly, to your own mind that what you want is already here. One woman used this technique to receive a horse. She'd wanted one her entire life but couldn't afford it. She wanted something specific, a chestnut Morgan gelding. She imagined seeing this horse outside her kitchen window. She put a picture of one on her laptop. She doodled drawings of it. She even went to a store with her kids and tried on riding boots. She bought the only thing she could afford, a horse blanket and some brushes, and kept them where she could see them every day. Later she went to a horse expo. They were holding a raffle. The grand prize? A chestnut Morgan gelding, the exact horse she'd been imagining. And yes, she won. So far, we've talked about attracting what you want. But what about changing something negative that's already in your life? An illness, lack of money, a difficult relationship. The process is the same. Give love by imagining and feeling that you have what you want. Remember, anything negative is simply a lack of love. So you must imagine the opposite of the negative situation, because the opposite is love. If you have an illness, you must give love for your body being healthy. You don't have to fight the negativity. You don't have to try to turn the negative into a positive. That's exhausting, and it's not how creation works. Creation means something new is created, which automatically replaces the old. All you have to do is give love for what you want, and the force of love will replace the negativity for you. If someone is injured and things aren't improving, it means they're imagining and feeling the injury more than they're imagining and feeling a full recovery. The way to tip the balance is to imagine and feel having a full recovery more than dwelling on the injury. This brings us to the 3 keys to power, the most powerful, practical ways to harness the force of love and live the life you're meant to live. These keys are so simple that literally anyone can use them. They are the key of love, the key of gratitude, and the key of play. Let's start with the first one, the key of love. To use love as the ultimate power in your life, you need to love like you've never loved before. You need to fall head over heels in love with life itself. However much you've loved in your life, double it. Multiply it by 10, by 1,000, by 1,000,000. There's no limit to the amount of love you're capable of feeling, because you're literally made of love. It's the very substance of who you are. When you fall in love with life, every limitation disappears. Limitations on money, health, and happiness simply dissolve. Opportunities flood into your life. You feel filled with unlimited energy and an unquenchable zest for living. Everything you love just seems to fall right at your feet. So how do you fall in love with life? The same way you fall in love with a person. You adore everything about it. You look for things to love, everywhere. Walk down the street with the intention of finding as many things as you can to love. Look for buildings you love, cars you love, the colors of nature, a smile on a stranger's face. Say, I love that outfit. I love that song. I love the smell of rain. Tell the law of attraction what you love every single day by pointing out the things you love and feeling them. The second key is the key of gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest expressions of love. Every time you feel grateful, you're giving love. And whatever you give, you receive. When you're grateful for the things you have, no matter how small, you'll receive more of those things. Gratitude is life's great multiplier. If you're grateful for the money you have, however little, you'll receive more money. If you're grateful for a relationship, even if it's not perfect, the the relationship will improve. Albert Einstein, one of the most brilliant minds in history, was asked about his incredible achievements. He spoke only about giving thanks to others. He said he thanked people 100 times a day. Is it any wonder that life revealed so many of its mysteries to him? There are 3 ways to use the power of gratitude. First, be grateful for everything you've received in your life, the past. Second, be grateful for everything you're receiving in your life, the present. And third, be grateful for what you want in your life as though you've already received it, the future. Gratitude is the bridge from negative feelings to harnessing the force of love. It's impossible to feel sad or any negative emotion when you're truly grateful. If you're in the middle of a difficult situation, look for something to be grateful for. When you find one thing, look for another and then another. Every single thing you find to be grateful for shifts the situation. The author's own mother used this key to move from the deepest grief to happiness after her husband passed away. Amidst her pain, she began looking for things to be grateful for in the future. The first thing she found was that now she could travel, something her husband had never wanted to do. Gratitude was the bridge that lifted her out of immense grief and into building a new life of happiness. The third key is the key of play. At some point as we transition from children into adults, we stop playing. We become serious about life. But seriousness brings serious circumstances. When you play and have fun, you feel really good. And when you feel really good, good circumstances flow into your life. Life is supposed to be fun. You can play with the law of attraction by inventing games with your imagination. The law of attraction doesn't know or care whether you're imagining and playing or if it's real. Whatever you give in imagination and feeling will become real. This is what some of the most successful people in history have done. Lance Armstrong, when battling cancer with only a 40% chance of survival, imagined he was riding in the Tour de France. He imagined the medical staff as his training team, giving him feedback at every checkpoint. He won the race against his disease and 1 year later won the actual Tour de France, continuing to win it for 7 consecutive years. He used his difficult circumstances as props to create an imaginary game and realize his dream. Arnold Schwarzenegger came from a tiny village in Europe with dreams of being a famous actor. He used a picture of a hero to sculpt his body and won the Mr. Olympia title 7 times. He imagined being a famous actor with such powerful feeling that he knew it would happen, despite everyone telling him it was impossible. If you're overweight and you had your perfect weight right now, how would you feel? You'd feel different. You'd walk differently, talk differently, hold your body differently. So do that now. Act as if you have it now. Imagine how you'd feel, and embody that feeling right now. Whatever you imagine with feeling, you're giving to the law of attraction, and you must receive it. These 3 keys, love, gratitude, and play, are your practical daily tools for shifting your feeling frequency and harnessing the power. Now let's look at how we can apply this power to the most important areas of our lives: money, relationships, and health. Let's start with money. Most people would say they love money, but if they don't have enough, they don't feel good about it. The only difference between wealthy people and everyone else is that wealthy people give more good feelings about money than bad feelings. So why do so many people feel bad about money? Often it's because of negative beliefs they absorbed as children. Beliefs like, we can't afford that, money is evil, or having plenty of money means hard work. These beliefs create negative feelings about money, and if you're putting out bad feelings, you're repelling it. Love is the attracting force that brings money, and love is also the power that makes money stick. When you don't feel good about money, it'll never stick to you. Even if you get some extra cash, it'll slip through your fingers. Bigger bills show up, things break down, and unforeseen circumstances drain it away. So how do you change how you feel about money? You have to use your imagination. When you pay a bill, instead of feeling bad about the money leaving, find a way to feel good. Imagine the bill is actually a check you're receiving. Or feel gratitude for the company that sent you the bill. Think about how you benefited from their service, the electricity, the home you live in. When you pay it, write "Thank you, paid" on the bill. If you don't have the money to pay it right away, write across the front, "Thank you for the money." The law of attraction responds to what you feel is real. When you receive your salary, be grateful for it so it multiplies. Don't stress about how you'll make it last. Feel the joy of receiving it. Remember, gratitude is the great multiplier. Anytime you hear about someone else receiving money or success, get excited for them. Your reaction is everything. If you react with joy, you're saying yes to more money and success for yourself. If you react with envy or disappointment, you're saying no. The fact that you heard the news means you're on the same frequency. Your joyful reaction tunes you into receiving it. Next, let's turn to relationships. Relationships are our biggest channel for giving love, but they can also be our biggest excuse for not giving love. The law here is simple. What you give to others, you give to yourself. Give love to others through kindness, encouragement, and support, and that love comes back to you multiplied, affecting every area of your life. Give negativity through criticism, anger, or blame, and you'll receive that negativity back, guaranteed. The biggest mistake people make is thinking a relationship is good or bad because of the other person. Life doesn't work that way. You can't wait for the other person to give love first. You must give it first to receive it. It's not about them. It's about you and what you're giving. You can transform any relationship right now by deliberately looking for the things you love, appreciate, and are grateful for in that person. When you focus on what you love more than what you don't, it'll seem as though the other person has miraculously changed. But it's the force of love that has changed the situation by dissolving the negativity. But what does it mean to give love in a relationship? Trying to change another person is not giving love. Thinking you know what's best for them is not giving love. Criticizing, blaming, or nagging is not giving love. Love means freedom. You must respect every person's freedom and right to choose for themselves. If you deny another's freedom, you'll attract circumstances that deny your own freedom. Life presents people to you so you can choose what you love in them and turn away from what you don't. Turning away doesn't mean arguing or criticizing. It means you simply don't give the negative qualities any of your attention or feeling. Finally, let's talk about health. What does it mean to be healthy? It's not just the absence of sickness. It's feeling the way a little child feels, bursting with energy, light, flexible, happy, and free of worry. Unlimited health is available to you through the force of love, but you have to open the door to receive it. Your beliefs have a massive effect on your body. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking, with strong feeling attached to it. Beliefs like, "I catch colds easily," or "My body will deteriorate with age." Whatever you believe and feel to be true will be true for you. The placebo effect in medicine proves this. Patients given a sugar pill often experience significant improvement simply because they believe they're receiving a cure. Every feeling you have saturates every cell in your body. Good feelings give love to your body and bring the full force of health. Bad feelings, like stress and worry, cause tension, contract your cells and blood vessels, and reduce the force of health in your body. Inside you is a world of about 100 trillion cells, all working non-stop to give you life. These cells are all under your command. They hear every thought, feeling, and belief you have. They're your most loyal subjects. If you think and feel that you have a weight problem, your cells receive that order and must keep your body in that condition. You're the ruler of your body's kingdom. Whatever you think and feel becomes the law of your kingdom. So give your cells commands of health and vitality. I feel amazing today. I have so much energy. I sleep like a baby every night. If you're facing an illness, do your best not to own it with your thoughts. Don't say my arthritis or my depression. Don't hate the illness, because that's giving it negative energy. Instead, give love to health. Own health. Make it yours. To receive the health you want, you must give love. And it doesn't even have to be specifically about health. When you feel love for anything, a sunny day, a friend, a beautiful song, your body receives the full force of health. Just 51% good feelings is the tipping point from sickness to health. This brings us to the grand, overarching truth of this book. Life isn't just a random series of events. Life is magical. Life is constantly responding to you, communicating with you. There are no accidents or coincidences. Everything you see, hear, and experience has come to you because it matches your frequency. Every sign on the street, every song on the radio, every conversation you overhear, it's all feedback. You're the one who gives meaning to everything. A situation isn't inherently good or bad. It's neutral. You give it meaning by how you feel about it. A job is just a job. A relationship is just a relationship. You determine whether it'll be good or bad for you by how you feel about it. The force of love has no opposite. There's no force of negativity. All the negative things you see in the world are simply a lack of love. Sadness is a lack of happiness. Failure is a lack of success. Illness is a lack of health. Poverty is a lack of abundance. All these negative conditions come from a lack of love. And this is where your true power lives. Every single time you choose to give love, every time you choose to feel good, your love is helping to tip the entire world into positivity. You have so much power because you have so much love you can give. You came into this world with your love, and it's the only thing you take with you. The purpose of your life is joy, and the greatest joy in life is giving. Giving your love, your joy, your positivity, your excitement. These are the true and everlasting things. Give the best of you. Give your love, because it's the magnet to all the riches of life. When you do, you're fulfilling the entire purpose of your existence. And everything you could wish for, everything you dream of, everything you love, will follow you wherever you go. The power is, and always has been, within you. As we wrap up our journey through the power, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discovered. In a world that often feels overwhelmingly complex, filled with complicated strategies for success and happiness, Rhonda Byrne presents an idea that's breathtaking in its simplicity. Your life is a direct reflection of your feelings. The central message is that love isn't just some passive emotion, it's the single most powerful creative force in the universe. And our access to this force? It's through our feelings. When we feel good, when we experience gratitude, joy, and passion, we're tapping into this power, and the universe responds by bringing us more to feel good about. When we feel bad, worry, anger, resentment, we're cutting ourselves off from that power, and life mirrors that disconnect right back to us. What makes this idea so profound is that it places the responsibility for our lives squarely in our own hands. It shifts us from being a victim of circumstances to being the creator of our reality. It tells us we don't need to struggle and fight against the world to get what we want. Instead, we need to go inside and change how we feel. This is a radical perspective shift for many, but it's also incredibly empowering. It means that no matter how difficult our current situation seems, we have the ability to change it, starting right now, in this very moment, simply by choosing a better feeling thought. The stories throughout the book, of people overcoming terminal illness, escaping poverty, and healing broken marriages serve as powerful reminders that this isn't just some feel-good philosophy. It's a practical tool with miraculous potential. So how can you start applying this in your own life today? It might feel like a big leap, but it starts with small, simple steps. First, for the next 24 hours, make a conscious decision to talk only about what you love. Catch yourself whenever you're about to complain about traffic, weather, or a frustrating situation. Instead, find something, anything, you can appreciate and talk about that. This simple shift in your words will begin to shift your feelings. Second, start a gratitude practice tonight before you go to sleep. You don't need anything fancy. Just think of 3 things that happened today that you're genuinely grateful for. It could be the comfort of your bed, a kind word from a friend, or a meal you enjoyed. Feel the gratitude in your heart as you think about each one. This small act tunes your frequency to abundance and positivity before you sleep, setting you up for a better tomorrow. And third, find an opportunity to play. Put on your favorite song and dance for a few minutes. Watch a funny video that makes you laugh out loud. Do something just for the pure joy of it. Remind yourself that life isn't meant to be a constant struggle. Seriousness brings serious circumstances. Joy brings joyful circumstances. That was a summary of The Power by Rhonda Byrne. We've explored the main ideas today, but a summary is like looking at a map of a beautiful country. It can show you the layout and the main attractions, but it can never replace the experience of actually walking the streets, smelling the air, and meeting the people. The real transformation happens when you immerse yourself in the book. It's in those quiet moments when a particular story or a simple phrase resonates with you in a way you didn't expect. This summary is your map, designed to help you decide if this is a journey worth taking. If anything we've discussed today has sparked something within you, I encourage you to grab a copy. Reading it isn't just about learning. It's an experience that can genuinely change how you see yourself and the incredible life that's waiting for you. A link to the book is in the description. Also, if you found this summary valuable, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It lets me know this work is helping you, and it ensures you won't miss our next deep dive into another life-changing book from the Billionaire's Bookshelf. Let's keep learning and growing together.